Hey everyone. I had a ton of fun on my last live stream, so I figured I'd do it again. I'm gonna be doing some open mics coming up, and I wanted to work on some of my originals for that. And at first I thought, oh, I'll just practice my originals on a live stream. It'll be dope. But I thought I should work on talking to the camera a little bit, and it might be fun to, instead of doing that, to play through some of my originals, but let you guys in on my songwriting process. Um, so I don't know, might be a massive fail, could be fun. Let's give it a try. First one I thought I'd start with is a song called "We Have Come to Choose." Um, I I decided to start with this one just because my wife has given me a lot of compliments on it, and she thinks it's a really good song. And honestly, usually, she's right whenever she says something. So this song started off. I was just playing around on the ukulele like I am wont to do, and I hit a this F9, and I really liked the sound of it, and I nailed a G7 right after it, and I just like that sound. So I started playing around with it, and I ended up coming up with a chord progression that goes F9, G7, then G, and then I went to a C, F, back to the G7, but a lower inversion, and then E minor, A minor 7. So I really liked that chord progression, and I was just playing it a lot, and I ended up doing this strumming pattern with it. And I don't know, it felt like I'm a big Weezer fan. And it kind of felt like my Weezer song. It felt like it'd be just one of those pop rock songs with a great melody over it. My problem was I could never find a good melody. I just, for some reason, the melody wasn't coming out with this chord progression, and I fixed that by accidentally changing one of the chords. And when I did that, just the melody popped right out at me. And the chord I changed was the C. Instead of going to the C, I went to an A minor here. I don't know, it just kind of opened something up for me, and I was able to pluck out a melody. So that's basically the music of it. Now the lyrics. So I'm kind of, I don't know, pretty political minded. I've got my political views. I know everyone's probably like, oh no, in this polarized climate, he's going to get all political on us. But that's not the deal with this song. What interests me when I'm writing lyrics a lot of times is the values underneath political views, which a lot of times line up across the aisle. So this song is kind of about some of those values for me, and namely, it's the idea that um, I am not as important as I usually think I am. So, what I want and what I need, it's not as important as what another person does. And I can't put myself over other people for my own gain. And yeah, I mean, I think that could translate to Republican views, Democratic views. I think that should be something that we're all cool with, and we all kind of believe that that you shouldn't get so big headed and so into yourself that you don't care about other people and their needs. So let me make sure I'm tuned up, and then I'll play you the song. So this is "We Have Come to Choose." Take one. Take two. You can't take away their hope because you haven't seen, because you haven't felt the love that's underneath. And I know it's true that everyone is someone else to you. You feel you're somehow worth much more. I choose to do the one and only thing that I could choose to do. You choose to close the door. All we do, everything we choose, all of who we are, can never take the place of anyone. Pieces of the dream that always seem to run back to the darkest corners, shadows that have grown throughout the years. We have come to choose. You can't see all weakness as an opportunity, as a stepping stone to all you feel should be. And I know it's true, humility's the hardest thing to do. You feel you're somehow worth much more. I choose to do the one and only thing that I could choose to do. You choose to close the door. All we do, everything we choose, all of who we are, can never take the place of anyone. Pieces of the dream that always seem to run back to the darkest corners, shadows that have grown throughout the years. We have come. We have come. We have come to choose. Yeah. I could have gone a little bit better. Sorry about some of the mistakes in there, but what can you do? It's a live stream. It's one of the fun, that's one of the things that was fun about the last one, was just it felt more like a live performance. Like usually I'm recording these videos, it'll take a few takes. I want to get it perfect. Can't get it perfect on a live stream. Let's see here. You know what? I'm gonna make sure I do this one here. Okay, this song is called "Something Broken's on the Mend." This one is always going to be a special song for me. And it's especially special now. That's a dumb way to say that. Because I wrote this song when I was on my way out to a shrine on pilgrimage with my dad, and he's had kind of a lot of input into this song. And he's actually in the hospital right now. He has terminal cancer. So I initially wrote while we were on our way on pilgrimage. He was driving, and he always likes to listen to me play the ukulele and I wrote the chord progression, which is basically so that's the chord progression on the intro of this one. So initially I wasn't trying to do like a pop song really. I liked that progression, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna play this song, and I'm gonna come up with like a bunch of bluesy licks to play along with it. And it was kind of gonna be more of an instrumental that I jam on. So this is what I came up with when I was working on it with my dad in the car. So I ended up doing a. So I got about to that point, and uh, my dad was like, "So you gonna do something different with that song? Because that's gonna get old pretty soon." He just flat out was, hardcore made fun of the song, and he's like, I'm like, "Oh, you don't like it?" He's like, "No, no, I love it. It's super great, but you know, the point where you stopped right there, that was about the point where I was getting kind of bored and I needed the song to do something else." So my dad was probably the person that turned this into a pop song from just an instrumental that I would jam on. So at that point, I went to uh, a new part of it that it's just two chords. And from there I just started I just started improving melodies over that second part that I wrote. And I kept that in my repertoire for a year or something because I really, really liked the song. And I thought, I don't know, for me, it felt like a hit. Like I felt like it was so good. So I guess I was kind of scared to finalize it, scared to be like, okay, this is the final melody, this is these are the final lyrics. Once I finally got the melody worked out, then the lyrics were coming slow. I was scared to mess it up because I thought it was a really good song and I thought it was a special moment with my dad. Anyway, I did end up getting the lyrics done, and actually it's funny. I guess this is sort of my other political one. It's funny that I did them back to back. It's the same thing though. It's more of a underlining thing that could translate across the aisles. So this so a lot of the symbols in this is it. Okay. I'm rambling a little bit. I'm gonna bring it all in here. Okay, I'm ready to go. I was reading a book at the time. A lot of you have probably read it. It's a series. It's The Inheritance Cycle, by Christopher Paolini. I don't think I have the book right here. I can't remember dude's last name. Anyway, you can look it up. A lot of you probably read it. The first book is Aragon. It's called. So if you Google Aragon, you'll probably come up with it. Pretty famous book. Anyway, in that series, there's a lot of kind of medieval warfare type battles. lines of people coming at each other with like swords and shields and stuff. So a lot of what this song sounds like is that like it's an epic battle between two foes. Um, but what the song is actually about is kind of I think everyone has felt before like they're kind of silenced a little bit. Like your viewpoints. You may be in a situation where you can't say what you believe because of fear, because you're scared that people are gonna um, that most of the people that are with you aren't gonna agree with you. They're gonna get mad at you. You may have trouble at work if you talk about some certain viewpoints, or in some circles of friends, you might lose some friends if you say some sort of viewpoint. This is kind of that feeling of when you can overcome that, and when you can express yourself and you can get into, say, a proper debate with someone across the aisle where you have mutual respect. So it's kind of that feeling of elation when you can finally let your voice be heard, and you don't have to be afraid of of I don't know, anyone persecuting you for your views or whatnot. So yeah, another political song, but not necessarily one that it's more the underpinnings of our political beliefs that you could apply the same thing to liberals or conservatives. Uh, anyway, yeah, that's about all I could say about this song. It's called Something Broken's on the Mend. Hope you like it. Hopefully, I will play it with less mistakes than I played We Have Come to Choose with. Yikes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We sent out runners, but so far none have returned. They must have perished on the path, ignorant of allies and of enemy designs. We're blind to travel through the land. We held up here so far from our home. There was the way they won the day, and breaking our spirit, our hunger makes a stand. So we lie along the way. Dawn breaks, coloring the mist, and we wonder if this is the end. But gazing across the field, I see it in your face. Something broken's on the mend. Say all that you say to get back through the door. Anything you say won't hurt me anymore. Do all that you do to get back through the door. Anything you do won't hurt me anymore. resting o'er the hill of thundering of feet, and armor gleaming in the sun. The cheering of our ranks, the beating of their drums, sound to announce the carrion. My smile, my shout travels past the void that stands before the ranks of them, reflecting an echo to convey our lack of fear, the thorns protruding from the stem. Night falls covering the earth, those left attending to the dead. But gazing across the field, I see it in your face. Something broken's on the mend. Say all that you say to get back through the door. Anything you say won't hurt me anymore. Do all that you do to get back through the door. Anything you do won't hurt me anymore. Oh no. Yikes, few mistakes on that one too, huh guys? I will play one of these flawlessly. That is my new goal for this video. Goal can't be that the video isn't cringy, because it obviously has had some cringe moments, and it can't be that I'm gonna play a bunch of flawless songs, because I have not accomplished that twice. All right. Actually, so yeah, that one was for my dad. Like I said, he's in the hospital right now. This song means a lot to me. I actually missed another part of how my dad influenced that song. I guess the chorusy part of that song, the say all that you say to get back through the door, that was originally just an outro. So I had verse 1, verse 2, and then that was like my outro. And Dad, when I originally played it for him, he was like, I really liked it, but that thing you sang at the end, you should make that like a chorus, because I really liked it. So you should do that like after verse 1 too. So yeah, I took that note. If you think that was a good idea, say so in the comments. Actually, this should be in my moment of this to say, if you made it this far, maybe you'll like my content. The more people that can subscribe, the more content I'm going to be putting out there. So subscribe, please, and like the video. And anyway, the reason I started saying that was I was going to say, comment below if you think it was a good idea to turn that from an outro into a chorus. I would love on these videos to have really verbose, that's not the word I'm looking for. Oh well, it'd be great to be able to converse with a bunch of people in the comments. So throw a comment down there. Tell me which one of these songs you liked. Maybe like you hated one of the songs or all the songs. Make that comment. I would love to have vibrant. That was the word I was looking for. A vibrant comment section would be super dope. So let's move on to the next song. Okay. This is actually a pretty simple song. There's only 3 chords in this song, and 2 of them are kind of the same-ish chords. I mean, it's an F and an F9. So anyway, it's a 3-chord song. This is kind of my dirty blues track. one day I was just sitting on the couch and I started going like this, uh, sliding, sliding up into an A minor, and then I liked going down into the F. So I was just hanging out for a while, just going like that, and I was like, oh man, that's a pretty nice jam. So uh, initially I started with some lyrics that um I was kind of teasing my wife with them a little bit, to be honest. Uh, don't want to open the curtain too much on the marriage, but anyway, these lyrics, they were sort of throwaway lyrics at first. I was like, well, I'll just tease my wife with this chorus here for a little bit, and then I'll write something different for it. Well, I ended up not writing something different for it. So this song's called Silver Chair, and in the chorus, I'm talking about I'm just sitting here in my silver chair. That comes out of a conversation my wife and I end up having a lot, where she'll be really upset, and I'll be like, look, it's not that bad. Things are going to be okay. And I don't know how many of you have read the Chronicles of Narnia book. Is it called The Silver Chair? Yeah, it is. It's called The Silver Chair. Sorry. It's been a while since I've read Chronicles of Narnia. I haven't read it since college, I don't think. But anyway, in that book, there's a character. I can't remember. I think it might be Prince Caspian. Anyway, the character is like he doesn't know what like he's in a prison somehow where like he's falsely happy, like he doesn't know what's actually going on with him, except for an hour a day, I think it is. He sits in this silver chair and he gets all of his memory back, and he knows that he is imprisoned and how bad everything is. And she would always tell me like, oh yeah, usually I think everything's okay, but maybe when I'm really upset about how different things are going, it's like I'm sitting in the silver chair, and I'm finally understanding how bad things are or whatever. And our lives are good. This isn't like a talk about like, oh, how crazy things are in the marriage or anything. It's just, how life throws curveballs at you and you get upset and stuff. So anyway, now I wrote this chorus. It was kind of poking fun at my wife, but then I started thinking about it, and I was like, I'm kind of an optimistic person, and that's not always healthy. I mean, I think it's good to be optimistic about things, and in general being optimistic about life, but a lot of times that's not what you need. A lot of times you've got something going on where you need to take a dark look at it for a second and be like, you know what? I'm kind of screwing up here. Or, I really need to make some changes in life because I don't like what's going on. And so I think optimism can be good, but sometimes it's not the best route to take if you need to make changes to your life. And on the flip side, pessimism can be good sometimes because you're thinking critically about your situation, and you're figuring out things that you can change. Um Anyway, so that's kind of what this song turned into. It kind of turned into the idea that sometimes when you get in a really bad mood and you're thinking like, oh, things are really bad right now, things are really hard, that feels bad, but sometimes it's a good thing. A lot of times I've gotten in moods like that, and I've hit on something where I'm like, I haven't thought about it this way, but I really shouldn't be doing this whatever thing I'm doing. Uh, it's not good for me. Or, so a lot of times you can get clarity in those moments of like intense pessimism about things. And so, that's kind of what this song is about. It's kind of a dirty blues jam that it's one of my favorite songs that I like, or that I've written. I don't know if anyone else is going to like it. We'll just have to see. But anyway, when I actually perform this on stage, eventually I'm probably going to use a looper and I'm going to do a lot of like bluesy ukulele leads to this. I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to kind of play it simply, and you know, we'll see if you like it. You know what? Why don't I just check my tuning quick? It's pretty good. All right. God willing, this will be the first song in this live stream that I don't mess up. And then I messed up the very first chord. Woo! Take two. I'm just sitting here in my silver chair, hashing out my woes, and it's so damn cold in my silver chair. While I flow, I'm like a werewolf, just howling at the moon. I'm like a werewolf, just howling at the moon. 18 miles of darkened roads, I stalk my way back wrong. I tear down the shadows all the while, and I breathe in deep as I roll, while the hound dog pounds like a heart on the dusty stone. Now it's just one more heart to break, it's just one more soul to use, it's just one more bill to pay at the crossroad coming due. 18 miles of darkened roads I'm on. I'm just sitting here in my silver chair, hashing out my woes, and it's so damn cold in my silver chair. While I flow, I'm like a werewolf, just howling at the moon. I'm like a werewolf, just howling at the moon. 18 miles of darkened roads where lonely spirits moan. The moon breaks the shadows where I roam, and I lead you each right back home, while a hound dog pounds like a heart on the dusty stone. Now it's just one more stone to turn. It's just one more thread to lose. It's just one more stand to make at the crossroads, and I'm through. 18 miles of darkened roads I'm on. I'm just sitting here in my silver chair, hashing on my woes, and it's so damn cold in my silver chair. While I flow, I'm like a werewolf, just howling at the moon. I'm like a werewolf, just howling at the moon. That wasn't too bad after that first mess up, huh? Let's do one more. This one I'll probably mess up a little more. We'll see. Song's called All We Ever Do. This song, I wrote the initial riff for it long before I wrote the rest of the song. And I always thought the riff was really good. It was like, I thought it was really promising. It could end up being a great song, but the actual song didn't come about until, I don't know, it was a year or two later after I had initially wrote it. But when I wrote it, I was playing around with a few chords, and I thought they sounded like, when I was a kid, I really liked the Zelda games on Nintendo. And I don't know, I thought it sounded kind of like a, I don't know, a song that would be in one of the Zelda games or whatever. It sounded like video game music to me, and I really liked it. But that riff goes. So I don't know. I really liked it, and eventually I just kind of took those chords and did kind of like a little, I don't know, a little bass line finger picking thing with it going. I liked that. And then for the singing part, I decided I was just gonna just do the straight chords like that. So I don't know. I had a lot of different melodies over this one, and then one finally stuck. It was stuck. But at that point, I only really had verses, and then I started writing a different song that I realized I could combine with this one, and I really kind of liked the transition. So I was going from this, and then the other song I was writing went. And then it just went on those chords for a little bit. And, it sounded like a perfect bridge before a chorus. So I ended up taking two songs and turning them into one better song. And then I think the chorus came a month after I did that or so. And the lyrics came a few months after that. This was another one of those songs where I thought it was really, really good. So I was kind of scared to finalize lyrics and get it down because I didn't want to screw it up because I wanted the song to be so good. I'm going to get some water real quick. Anyways, the lyrics of this song are kind of, it's like the idea that to, it's sort of like the echo chamber kind of idea that, a lot of us live in an echo chamber where we never really think about other points of view. Um, but that's not necessarily what the song is about. It's taking that idea and applying it more to a personal thing, like between two people, like two like really, really good friends or lovers or whatever, how a lot of times you enable another person or another person enables you. You're doing something that you know is wrong, and you'd probably eventually decide like I can't be doing this anymore. But you've got this close friend and you're like, oh, I'm doing this, and then they kind of reflect back at you like, oh, that's cool, so you kind of enable each other to be the worst versions of yourself sometimes. I'm not knocking having friends or anything like that, but I think a lot of times, you run in circles of friends and you'll be doing something is wrong, but you may use your friend to uh you you'll say what you're doing hoping that your friend will tell you it's okay, and then you've been told it's okay. um uh yeah, hard to explain exactly what this one's about. I hope that made sense. But anyway, this is a really special song for me. This might be the first song that I wrote. Well, it's not the first song I wrote. The first songs I wrote on the ukulele were all instrumentals, but this might have been the first like pop song or rock song that I wrote. And I don't know, I like it. There's a melody in there that I don't know, it reminds me of kind of like a Nine Inch Nails sort of styling. If you uh, and there's another moment in this song that reminds me of Dashboard Confessional type styling. And so I don't know. I've got a lot of influences in this one, from video games to hard rock, industrial rock to folk pop, I guess. I don't know. Hope you like it. Also so if you could for me in the comments, tell me what you think about the choruses. There's a chorus and then the chorus comes back again and it's a little bit extended. A lot of times I've thought I should rewrite this chorus. I don't know if I really like it. But then when I sit down to rewrite the chorus, I end up being like, I don't know how I would even rewrite this. I think I like it. So I can't really decide. I can't decide if I like the chorus or if I don't like the chorus. So it would be really helpful to me if you actually have watched 45 minutes into the stream and you're at this point. Throw a comment on the song and tell me what you think of the chorus. If you think it's cringy and I should rewrite it, or if you think it's good. I'm not really sure. Anyway, this song is called All We Ever Do. I've got some tuning issues, guys. I'm sorry about that. Sorry. It was gonna bug me for the whole song. You got some jazzy chords in this, and when your tuning is off on some jazzy things, it sounds really bad. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Fling from the space of you, the more we left unsaid, the more we do. And running rings around the truth constructed by our lies is all we ever do, and it's all we ever do. And it's all I ever wanted you to do. Through the flames so bright, my eyes alight on you. You know it's true, it's what we do. It's what we do. Through the haze and the smoke of the lies we've told, though we choke, we create the new lens we hold to our eyes, so we see all we want to see as true, and it's all we ever do. Seemingly we broke the news. We think the more we gain, the less we lose. And every time I know I'm wrong, I look into your eyes, and it's all we ever do, and it's all we ever do. And it's all I ever wanted you to do. While the truth is crushed between the lies we choose, you know it's true, it's what we do. It's what we do. Through the haze and the smoke smoke of the lies we've told. Though we choke, we create the new lens we hold to our eyes, so we see what we want to see. And I'll be what I want, 'cause you feed to me what I feed to you. I breathe in you and you breathe in me, till we can't be free of the life that I never could lead if it weren't for you. And it's all we ever do. All right, well, that about does it, I guess. Sorry if this got a little cringy or my explanations got a little bit long-winded. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I guess if you got this far at 51 minutes, you must have somewhat enjoyed yourself a little bit. So here's my petition again. If you did make it this far, please subscribe, turn on notifications, like this video, and share it around to on your social media or something. I would love to be able to do some live streams and have a bunch of people watching. I'd love to be able to get a lot of content out that's high quality. So it'd be nice to have a lot more subscribers, a lot more people watching this video, these videos, more vibrant community. So yeah, if you got this far, please consider doing those things, subscribing, liking, turning on notifications, and spreading it to your friends. I would really appreciate it, because I'd really like to be a songwriter and a performer as a job. I think that'd be super dope. Anyway, I guess I will see you in the next live stream. Thanks for making this far. Sorry again if this was a little bit overly cringy for you. I will try to do better next time. Thanks a lot.